All right, Chiefs Kingdom, we got a playoff picture update coming up here on a Sunday as it looks like the Chiefs are going to be playing a certain opponent in the playoffs. Stay tuned on who that opponent is, but if you're ready to go, if you're done with this regular season stuff, the Chiefs, it's all about the playoffs. I mean, when you got Mahomes and these boys, it's about the playoffs. It's about the Lombardi. Like this video if you are ready to rock and roll. The real season starts right now for the Kansas City Chiefs. I expect 500, hell, 1,000 likes on today's show. So like the video if you're ready for the playoffs. And with that being said, we'll update you guys with what's happening here in Week 18. Welcome into the Kansas City Chiefs Report. I am your host, Harrison Graham. We have an updated Chiefs playoff picture for you guys as things are starting to clear up a little bit, especially here in the AFC. Let's kind of recap, what results have led to where the Chiefs are now. They have clinched the number 2 seed. The Chiefs won last night over the Broncos, 28-24. That kept them alive to get that number 1 seed in the AFC. It was a wild game. It was a fun one, but they needed an assist from the Tennessee Titans, but they don't get it. The Titans led 21-0. Houston came roaring back, but Tennessee was able to clinch the number 1 overall seed and home field advantage and that crucial first-round bye with a 28-25 win over the Houston Texans. So Tennessee, the 1 seed, Kansas City, the number 2 seed. So what is your one-word reaction to the Chiefs ending up with the number 2 seed in the AFC? Certainly not a bad thing, especially when you start 3-4, through 7 weeks. You finish up 9-1 to get to 12-5. Still a very, very good season. But your one-word reaction to the Chiefs getting the number 2 seed in the AFC, let's hear it in the comments section. Obviously, the Cincinnati game from a couple weeks ago, you missed that chance, right? You beat the Bengals, you get the number 1 seed, assuming you go on and beat the Broncos this past week like the Chiefs did on Saturday. Missed a chance, man. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I'm not frustrated. I'm not mad by any means. 12-5 is still a hell of a year, especially when you win 9 out of 10 to get to 12 wins on the year. But that Bengals game, it's a little haunting at the end of the day. Now, I'm not necessarily going to say losing that game is going to cost you a chance of winning a Super Bowl, but it does require you to play an extra game. And obviously, if you play less games, it's easier to win fewer opportunities. Okay, so you look at the expanded AFC playoff picture here. Tennessee, they're in, number 1 overall seed, so they are good to go. They clinch that bye week. Chiefs will have to settle for the 2 seed, which means they will play the number 7 seed. Buffalo playing right now. Cincinnati lost today, so they'll either be the 3 or the 4 there. New England playing right now as well. And then Sunday Night Football between the Chargers and the Raiders, and then also Pittsburgh beat Baltimore in a dramatic victory in overtime, and that is likely who the Chiefs are going to play because someone's got to lose tonight between the Chargers and the Raiders. Or do they? You conspiracy theorists out there could be thinking they should tie. We'll talk about that scenario later, but here's the deal. The winner of Sunday Night Football, Raiders and Chargers, loser's going to be out. Steelers will slide up into that 7 seed. The tie, 9-7-1, is ahead of 9-8. The Steelers will be the 7 seed. And hey, if you're the Chiefs, that's probably the best matchup you could ask for, right? They hammered Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago. I think it's a great matchup for Kansas City in the wild card round. Assuming this is going to be the matchup, and again, 98%, I'd say it's a 1-2% chance that the Raiders and Chargers tie tonight. But if this is the matchup, and again, we'll have an expanded preview for you guys here on the channel on Monday, so stay tuned for that. But who you got? Type KC for the Kansas City Chiefs. Type PIT for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Get your votes in down in the comments. I think the Chiefs will hammer Pittsburgh. We just saw it 36-10 a couple weeks ago, and it was 30-0, I believe, at halftime. I can't even remember. I think it was 30-0 at halftime. It was never a game. Big Ben, look, he's playing valiantly in terms of his effort. He can't stretch the field, though, and that poses a really good matchup for Kansas City. Now, the defense needs to tighten things up and play better, but this was just a couple weeks ago, guys, when the Chiefs hammered Pittsburgh 36-10. You got a lot of tape there that you can use to benefit yourself in this game. Patrick Mahomes threw for 3 touchdowns. Byron Pringle had a couple. This was the game Travis Kelce was out with COVID as well, and Tyreek Hill played coming off the COVID list, but he got limited snaps because he was just coming off the COVID list there. So I think it's a great matchup. I think if it ends up being Pittsburgh, which that's what it's looking like, it's a good thing for Kansas City. Obviously, we all wanted the first round bye, but if you have to play, I think if I had to pick out of all the teams in the mix, Pittsburgh is the one I wanted to face. BetUS is today's sportsbook partner here at the Kansas City Chiefs Report. If you want to bet on playoff games, if you want to bet on Sunday Night Football tonight, it's got to be lit. chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Use our promo code Chiefs125. That's Chiefs125 at chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Also, if you want to bet on some Super Bowl odds, throw a little cheddar on the Chiefs. Plus 450 right now. Second best odds to bring home the Lombardi. The Green Bay Packers lead the way at plus 375. Tampa plus 700. Buffalo, Rams rounding out the top 5. Put down $10 on the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. If they win it, you'll get your initial 10 back and win 45 more as well. That's what plus 450 means. Chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Use that promo code Chiefs125. All right, let's talk about the ultimate long shot scenario. 99% chance it's going to be Chiefs Steelers at Arrowhead Stadium next weekend. We'll see when the official kickoff time is. We'll have a full preview here on Monday. But we do have to talk about this scenario. If the Chargers and the Raiders tie, which some conspiracy theorists would tell you that they should do it on purpose, the Raiders would get the 7 seed in that scenario, and the Chargers would get in at the 6 seed. The risk is the loser of that game is out. So logic would say, why not agree to a tie? Well, a couple reasons. Number one, I don't think the NFL would allow it from a competitive advantage standpoint. And number two, if you're the Raiders, do you want to play the Chiefs again? If they agree to a tie, we saw what happened this year, 2 blowout victories for Kansas City, whereas if the Raiders win, they will almost certainly be the 6th seed, and they would dodge Kansas City. 41-14 all the way back in Week 10, 48-9 back in Week 14. So sure, they could, silently agree to a tie, but then the Raiders get stuck with the team that has outscored themselves 89-23. So I'd love it as a Chiefs fan, as the Chiefs Report host, of course. But I don't think the Raiders are going to do it. They want that 6 seed, and there's a small chance they could get the 5 seed if they get some help as well. So I think the Chiefs are in a good spot. It's either the Steelers or the Raiders, 2 teams they have crushed this year in 3 total matchups. So no number 1 seed for Kansas City. But I'll tell you this, Sunday Night Football, it's going to be pretty interesting at the end of the day. So what do you guys think? Should the Chargers and Raiders agree to tie? Go full conspiracy. Yeah, let's just tie so we're both in the playoffs. I think it can be entertaining as hell if they're just taking knees for 4 quarters, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think if you're a competitor, if you're one of those players, I don't think you're going to agree to that, especially as a division rival. But let me know. I want to know what you guys think down in the comments. All right, subscribe to the channel. Watch parties throughout the entire playoffs, starting Wild Card Weekend, because the Chiefs will be playing next week, and this is the time to subscribe. The link is below, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. We will have watch parties for every single Chiefs playoff game. So tap in, stay locked in, subscribe. This is the channel to be locked into throughout the playoffs. I'll say this, they're not going to agree to a tie, but I'm excited for tonight. Raiders-Chargers, AFC West matchup, winning you're in, losing you're out, tying you're both in. But again, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm excited to see it all shake out, though, and see what ends up happening. The winner of that game, again, as we look at the playoff picture, will almost certainly be the 6th seed. There's a scenario where New England could fall down to the 6th seed, and the winner could move up to the 5 seed, especially the Raiders, I believe. But didn't look too deep into that side of it because we're focused here on the Chiefs. But I'm excited to watch that, and I'm excited for the playoffs to get going here in just about a week. So stay tuned. All right, follow me on Instagram. We're going to wrap this thing up. It's at HGramNFL, at HGramNFL. We'll have more updates, news, rumors over there throughout the playoffs. So give me a big old follow. And guys, we'll see you soon here on the Chiefs Report.